Answer one final question for this series, honestly. What would change your relationship if you finally said what you have been holding in? Not angrily, not emotionally overwhelmed, but clearly, calmly, and truthfully. Because for many people, the issue is not that there is no love, it is that there is too much silence. Things unsaid, feelings unexpressed, needs uncommunicated, and over time, that silence becomes distance. What would change in your relationship if you finally said what you have been holding in? Welcome to the final episode of this series on Union Chronicles Podcast, where we shift from silence to healthy communication in relationships and from disconnection to relationship healing. Connection does not disappear overnight, it fades through lack of expression. And the good news is it can be rebuilt, not through perfection, but through intentional, honest, emotional expression. Because the moment you replace silence with truth, healing begins. People don't open up where they don't feel safe. So the question is, does your relationship feel like a safe space or a sensitive zone? A safe space means you can speak without fear of being attacked. You can express without being dismissed. You can be held without being judged. And this goes both ways. Because if one person feels unsafe, they will choose silence over honesty. Creating safety looks like listening without interrupting, responding without defensiveness, being open, not reactive. This is the foundation of breaking silence in marriage. Because when safety is present, expression becomes easier. Now, let's talk about how to speak. Because honesty without wisdom can create more damage. Instead of "you never listened to me," try "I have been feeling unheard and I want us to understand each other better." Instead of "you always ignore me," try "I feel disconnected when we don't talk things through." Do you see the difference? One attacks, the other invites understanding. This is why healthy communication in relationship looks like taking ownership of your feelings, speaking with clarity, not accusation, expressing, not exploding. Because the goal is not to win, it is to reconnect. For many people, vulnerability is difficult. Why? Because you have been misunderstood before, you have been dismissed before, you have been hurt before. So you protect yourself, you hold back, you filter, you stay grounded, and here is it. You cannot build deep connection without vulnerability. Yes, it feels risky. Yes, it requires courage. But vulnerability says, this is how I truly feel. This is what I need. This is where I am struggling. And when both partners begins to open up like this, emotional walls start to come down. That is how relationship healing begins. Now let's bring it all together. Breaking silence is not about talking more. It is about talking better. It is about choosing honesty over avoidance, choosing clarity over assumption, choosing connection over comfort. Because silence may feel easier in the moment, but communication builds the future. And the truth is, every healthy relationship is built on consistent, intentional communication. Not perfection, not constant agreement, but willingness to speak and to listen. So take this. Healing begins the moment silence is replaced with honest words. Silence should not replace the truth. In Islam, communication is built on sincerity, wisdom, and respect. Marriage is meant to reflect mawada wa rahman, love and mercy, not emotional distance or silent suffering. And the Prophet ﷺ said, "Show us this through his example. He listened with presence. He spoke with gentleness. He created emotional safety in his relationships." A home built on these values is a home where heart feels safe to speak. So as we close this series, sit with this. What is one thing you need to say that you have been holding back? And more importantly, what kind of relationship are you building? One filled with silence or one built on truth? Because love does not grow in silence. It grows where there is honesty, safety, and expression. This has been Union Chronicles Podcast. Series Silence is also communication. What you are not saying is speaking loudly. If this series spoke to you, like this episode, share it with someone who needs this message. Subscribe for more real, honest relationship conversations. And don't forget to leave a review. Your voice matters here too. Because sometimes one honest conversation can change everything. Silence may feel safe, but truth is what heals. And the moment you choose to speak, you give your relationship a chance to grow again. Thank you. Yours, Diza Therapist.